Oh. All right. Somebody who has a loud voice, go yell out there that we're starting. I'm looking at you guys. Somebody. Oh, Jared's going to do it. All right. Welcome to SecDSM. How's it going? Thanks for coming. All right, so this is the 101. For the record, it's not my fault we're starting late. I was ready to go. The iPad needed charged again. That's cool, whatever. We got it. So after this, we're going to do the news with James Beal, I think. Hopefully. Then after that, we're going to have a talk about DMARC, DKIM, and SPF. And then Colin's going to talk about the mini CTF he did last month. After that, it is social time. Make sure you eat lots of pizza, drink lots of drink, hang out, all that cool stuff. All right, reminder, don't break anything. Don't touch things you shouldn't touch. Should be common sense. Also, reminder, we are technically rated R. Code of conduct, we have one. So if, what do I say? Rated R, but in the context of our code of conduct. How about we'll put it that way? So make sure you read the code of conduct. Challenge ideas, not people. You guys have seen this slide a million times. Is anybody new? Raise your hand if you've never been here before. Oh man, there are new people. I was gonna kind of like gloss over some stuff. So we know that lots of people have strong opinions about lots of things. Challenge the ideas. No hard feelings. We're all friends. We all like to hang out, do security stuff or security adjacent stuff. Board members. So I'm a board member. I don't see any of the other board members, but that's what they look like. They are all here, out there somewhere. So if you have any questions about anything, code of conduct, money, all that stuff, just find us. Some key volunteers who really help keep things rolling here. So he just walked that way, but James does the news every month. And then Jared makes sure that people on the internet can hear me and you can see me and all that fun stuff. Kenny helps us out with AV stuff. She's not here tonight. And then I don't think Jake's here either, but he does a whole bunch of the keeping the CTF running. So thank you. Ways you can help. So you can be a speaker. We're always looking for speakers. I believe we have at least one speaker through maybe March, but we're going to need more, and we can always fit more in there. So if you have any interests or ideas, maybe you've got an idea, but you don't know like what it should look like in talk form, like bounce it off us. We're happy to help with that. Other ways you can help is creating the CTFs. Some people are really good at that, not me. Other people are really good at it. So if you have a CTF idea, and you want to run with it yourself, that's cool. If you just want to maybe get some people to help you make it a thing, that's also cool. Also, you can help volunteer, so that's both set up for the beginning of the day and then set up at the end of the night, and then donations. All right, shout out to our friends. So this is a slide we added last year when we started coming to this wonderful facility that offers full barrels of bourbon and such. So if you happen to work at a company and have a hold of some purse strings and would feel so inclined as to maybe purchase like a barrel of whiskey or something like that, if you coordinate it with us, we can apply that directly towards the event space costs. So it's like a win-win. You guys get the alcohol, we get to keep hanging out here. So let us know if you're interested, or maybe if you're not at a vendor, but you work with vendors sometimes for various reasons, or maybe you're like, I don't know, you're signing that deal, like the ink's just starting to dry on that contract, and you're like, hey, by the way, SecDSM is really cool. You could go sponsor it. Anyway, talk to us if you have questions. Looking for people. Otherwise, tonight, space is provided by SecDSM. Food is provided by Casey's. Thank you very much, Casey's. Drinks are not on you anymore. That changed. That is on Recorded Future. I believe Recorded Future is paying for those. So thank John if you see him out there. Otherwise, we officially have no sponsor tonight. So again, maybe a full barrel of bourbon is not quite within your price range, but maybe just a little meeting sponsorship is. Let us know. Financials. So all of our financials are now in Open Collective. They have been for, I don't know, like almost 2 years now at this point, I think. So everything's there. You can browse it at your leisure. If you have any questions, always let us know. The CTF is started. I believe we posted this earlier this afternoon, but feel free to jump in there. I have no idea if there's a winner yet. I don't believe so. I see some heads shaking. There's probably not a winner, so you still have time. This is going in just a couple seconds, so grab your photos now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Upcoming events. So I don't know about you guys, but I was lamenting earlier today that I'm tired of being burnt out on family stuff and I'm ready to be burnt out on security conferences. So here's a list of some stuff that's coming up. Obviously, it's not exhaustive. There's a lot of stuff happening. Some of it happening much sooner than you would think. I know we're talking about maybe a few people going to CypherCon. I went to KernelCon last year. It was a blast, so I'm planning on going to that one again. So if anybody is interested, maybe you're like looking to share hotel costs or something like that, you know, there's definitely people. We've got a whole channel in Discord talking about it. So feel free to pop in there and be like, hey, I'm going to, I don't know, Circle City Con. You know, who wants to go? Split a hotel room, carpool, stuff like that. And speaking of Discord, there it is. Hopefully everybody here is on our Discord. Everybody is, right? Nobody's missing out on that. We are in Discord. The Slack is still there, but it's not monitored. So join us on Discord if you haven't already. Oh, once again, I went right into James's first slide. You ready? We need to put like a transition slide in there.
Oh, it does say a big move happened a while ago now. Yeah. All right, news for the month. Nothing happened. It was December, right? So no big deal. Let's see. There's been rumors out there on Twitter getting popped. It looks like this happened in 2021. There were some quote-unquote bad actors that abused Twitter's API because for some reason Twitter wasn't smart enough to turn around and do the whole, if you put your email and or username and password in, it wouldn't tell you that that wasn't an account. So they essentially scraped, I think, 400 million accounts. And the big one is this was, I think, a week or two ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now. 200 million of them got dumped out there on multiple different forums, including this one forum on the Breach forum, which is a huge popular dark web forum that you could buy accounts for $2 a piece. So if you have a Twitter account and don't use 2FA, or you have, you know, password 123 is your password, which I really hope no one in here uses passwords like that, you may want to check your stuff. And then this one I put in here mainly just for our community. So Flipper Zeros, if you're not aware of, is a cool new hardware device. We had a talk about it a couple months ago given by one of our members. So if you did not see that or weren't here for that, that was an awesome talk. And they did a great job of that. But the devices are extremely popular, and there's actually now threat actors out there creating fake websites and fake responses. And one person actually took over what looks like the official Twitter account, but I think is off by a, it's like an I or a 1 instead of the actual number. We're actually selling devices. So if you're interested in a Flipper Zero, make sure you're actually buying it, you know, from the Flipper Zero website, and you're not getting scammed, or you get to get a new credit card like 900 other billion people every year. Ransomware gang actually hit a hospital, and in one of the actual reasonable responses to that, turned around, felt bad, put an official apology out there, and released a free decryptor. So if you're aware of that story, it's actually a good one and good news. But we'll see if that free decryptor actually works for anyone else that's been hit by this version of Lockbit. And then next up, if you have not heard yet, APT hackers are actually using Excel add-ins now. So Microsoft, in a move that should have happened probably in 1993, and instead they decided I think last year was the first they started doing this, actually blocking, macros and code. Microsoft actually put in to block, I think it's VBA macros now are completely blocked in all across Office. But as you would expect, APT hackers and, from APT down to everybody, they're now using Excel as a way. So if you have not seen any of these, this is spear phishing and ransomware targets and things like that. So just keep an eye out, remind your users. This is more of a good thing to share with the community as far as a security awareness issue, that Excel is still being abused. So, don't get an email that looks bad and open up Excel files, because you shouldn't have done that anyway. And then I cheated and put a whole bunch of stuff on the last slide. So LastPass got popped pretty badly in August. There's been a huge story about this because they originally claimed in their DFIR reporting and things like that user systems weren't affected. They were. They actually got user vaults. So if you're a MasterPass or if you're a LastPass user, you should migrate off of it to 1Password and or Bitwarden, which is free and open source. But if you are a LastPass user and have been paying for it for years, which I assume a lot of us were, hopefully you again had a better master password and you migrate off that tool quickly. So that would be my big suggestion. The big one I've made to our customers, the company, when I share threat intel to our customers, was there is no guarantee that you don't have users at your company if there's more than 3 of you that are potentially storing companies' passwords in LastPass, especially as we're all working remotely during the pandemic and still. So definitely get it out to all your users if you have the opportunity that they probably should stop using LastPass. Exchange. So Proxy Shell and then Proxy Not Shell was last fall. These are on-prem Exchange servers, which I'm assuming 99% of people aren't still running. But if you are, you definitely want to get off of it as soon as possible. Not that Office 365 isn't the worst thing known to man anyway, and is completely crap, but it's better than being exposed to this. So this was Shodan Scan, that comment in there. There were right around 84,000 vulnerable servers when this happened last fall, end of last summer, and there's still 60,000 of them out there, so they're not getting patched either. Open source repositories got hit again. NPM, PyPy, and NuGet are huge popular open source packages. This happens all the time. You've seen it in my news before, but we had a massive hit again of bad code getting put in open source packages. So if you have developers, let your developers know about these packages and to check and get things updated so they're not in trouble. And then the latest news in the last couple days was Slack had, good thing we moved to Discord, Slack had their private GitHub code stolen, some unidentified threat actors at this point in time. And there's been a big issue with this one because apparently Slack is burying the news, and they treated it as a software update and didn't admit that this is a security violation and that they were breached. And so that's been a fun story to watch. But on top of that, this is their internal code. They had internal users, aka internal developers, actually get popped and their tokens stolen. So anything in Slack or anything like that. I think that was it. So we always also like to do jobs. If you come up here, just let us know if you've got an open position, who you work for, who you are, who to contact, what the open position is. Anyone who doesn't know, I actually work for a security consultancy, MSSP, commercial side called Hunter Strategy. We actually have a bunch of open positions for GRC. So we do government work, and I'm on the commercial side, but we are a big government company as well. So if you go out there and look at our website or hit me up, it's GRC positions. As long as you can get a secret clearance to work on this, it's actually for NASA. It looks like a really cool deal, especially if you're on the GRC side. If you've at least got that bachelor's degree and you can get a clearance, which means essentially you have not done drugs in the past or been arrested or things like that. But if you've got the basic qualifications, it does not matter on experience. So that is a big one out there I wanted to let everyone know about. Anybody else? Anybody? Anybody hiring want to talk about their job? No? All right. I think that is it. And I'll just wrap this up. The agenda for next month, we got the 101, news from me, and then we got a talk on ARM. And if you've got another talk, let us know. Otherwise, we'll take a few-minute break. Who's going first? Okay. We'll give everybody 5-10 minutes if you want to go grab another drink, and we'll start the first talk after that. Thanks, everyone.